My name's Anne. I grew up in Manchester and I did a degree at University College London. I now live in Newcastle. I work with students and in my spare time I like taking photographs and riding on steam trains. I always thought I was gay right from a young age. I can't remember a time where I wasn't aware of being gay, really. I was quite a tomboy when I was younger. I remember when I was 5 years old at my party and all my little friends had their party dresses on and I had a tracksuit and a motorbike helmet on and I only lifted the visor to eat my cake. I became a Christian in my first year at university studying philosophy. I'd seen university as a chance to make a new life for myself and I thought I would throw myself into the LGBT because I wanted to be open about my sexuality, and I did feel like I was with a group of people who understood me and I felt like I belonged, but I still felt like there was something missing and I was still searching for meaning and truth in my life. There was a girl in my halls that went to church, so I went along to church with her and I was really struck by the fact that they seemed to really believe what they were talking about. Their faith seemed to make a real difference in their life. After one of the services, there was a student slot and a guy came along to talk who was actually from a gay background and he'd become a Christian and he was telling his story. And it was amazing because it's the first time that I thought, oh, okay, God loves gay people. And so I was very inspired by him and I thought, well, maybe God would like me as well. At first, I think I found it very hard to accept the biblical teaching about sexuality, and it seemed very unfair that God would prevent me from having a relationship. And I was torn really because I wanted to be obedient to God, but I found it really, really hard. And I think I found it hard because I didn't fundamentally trust that he had my best interests at heart. It was a very much gritted teeth obedience for a lot of years, I think, and that it isn't always easy to sustain that, and so I didn't. There were a couple of times where I just found it too hard to live like that, even though that's what I wanted to live in a way that pleased God, but I just found it practically really difficult in my early Christian life, but I'm in a different place now. When I'd taken a sort of wrong turning in my Christian life and I'd got involved in a relationship, I think some of the things that helped me get back on my feet were being in a really supportive church context. I actually never stopped going to church, and I think I'm so glad that was the case, because I think it's hard to be a Christian anyway, but being a Christian by yourself without people encouraging you and without being in community is almost impossible. I always sort of left myself open to being challenged and kind of working this through with other people, and I was very open with my minister and he gave me grace and space to work things through. It's a bit like when you're learning to play the piano, your teacher doesn't throw you out if you've hit a bad note, they help you to hit the right notes, and it was a bit like that. I think as a single person, it's still really possible to have the intimacy and the love that you need. I think it comes from really good friendships and being in community. I do think that sharing my house and sharing my life with people has really transformed the way that I live, and it means that I'm getting healthy physical touch, I'm getting healthy intimacy. I've got people to talk to when I need to wrestle with something, or I just want some advice, or I just need to cry or whatever. And actually the people that I work with are also really close friends. Living with a friend's great because it's all about sharing life. So when I get home, sometimes Abby's cooked me a delicious casserole. We share a car, so a lot of it's like sharing financial costs and things, but sharing life as well, going on trips, going on holidays, and just having someone there when you get in and you want to talk about your day, somebody who's actually going to ask you and take an interest, is huge. If I was asked to give advice to somebody who's same-sex attracted and a Christian, I would say put Jesus first, love him with all your heart and soul and mind, because it's totally worth it. Whatever you give up for him, it is totally worth it.